So, I'm going to show you guys how I made this Generation Lost mask step by step for VidCon last week. I wore it all 3 days of VidCon, and it used to glow, but the lights fell off on the second day, which sucks, and I'll show you why they fell off later. So hopefully if you decide to follow this tutorial, you can prevent that from happening, but it held up really well for a day, so that's good. Also, this is my very first video ever that I'm making, so if you like it, subscribe or like or whatever. Yeah. Okay, I basically have no idea what I'm doing. I just had this idea and decided I needed to do it. So I've got a bunch of things that I'm gonna try to use. I have this pattern made by this person on Twitter, very helpful, that I'm gonna trace out on the foam and go from there. So I had printed out 2 versions of this template and I put together one of them just to see how it works, and it's like literally perfect. So big shout out to this person because they saved me a lot of time because I have no idea how to make patterns. I don't know what I'm doing. So I basically failed that first day. It did not turn out good, so I'm redoing it here. I poked holes where all the lines intersected, and then I traced the outside, and now I'm cutting it out with a ruler right here just to make sure my lines are nice and straight. So I placed the pattern back on top of the cutout piece of foam, and I used a mechanical pencil and my X-Acto knife to trace out those detail lines and indent them to give it that metal look. I used my hot glue gun to glue the nose piece together, being very careful not to get it on the outside to make the seam look weird, because that is a major thing I messed up on the first try. And I tried it on for the first time right there, and it fit really good, so I sealed the nose piece in place and started painting it all. I just kept adding layers until I thought it looked good. I think I ended up with about 3 to 4 coats of this flexible metallic paint. I then took my big elastic band and I measured it around my head, and I put a little mark on it to show where, how long I want it to be. So then I took the end of it and glued it to the inside of the mask. Then I added Velcro to the inside of the other side of the mask because I wanted it to connect at the front. This is where I kind of wish I would have made it connect in the back part of the mask, but it works. I cut out 2 circles to be the back piece of the mask, and then I measured around the edge and made a long strip of foam to connect it all. Good job me for filming most of this off camera. I cleaned up the edges of the back circle and I painted it metallic to match the front of the mask. Now, the lights by themselves were not super vibrant red, and I wanted the red to stand out more, so I bought some chiffon fabric and I pretty much just glued it to the inside, which was good because it also allowed some ventilation for breathing while at a con for 3 days, so it worked out pretty well. And here's what it looked like when the red was finally in place. I then kind of traced out the pattern of the Showfall Media logo on the back, but I didn't fully follow the guides because I didn't trace it perfectly, so I kind of just went straight in with the paint and hoped for the best. The real mask is supposed to have this back part glow, but that was too much effort for me, so I just painted it red, and I think it worked just fine. Then I measured out where the center of the elastic part was and glued it right onto the back. Woo, it's time for the best part! This part took so long, but it was so worth it because it just looks cool. I took a bunch of paracords and just started gluing them to the mask. I twisted them around each other, glued them in random spots, and just made this mess of wires. When I was done gluing them to the front of the mask, I then had to glue it to the back piece of the mask. So I just continued the process of hot gluing, burning my fingers, and yeah. And you have to do it again for the other side. Now, the other side is a little bit different because that is where I wanted the Velcro to connect. So I had to put a separate piece of Velcro onto the mask that could come apart. So I would glue the wires to the Velcro so that I could break it away from the mask. So the lights I ordered were a little bit too short. They wouldn't reach all the way around my head, so I had to have my dad help me extend the wires. And then I put the battery pack into the hole I left in the back circle, and then started gluing the light panels to the inside of the mask. And this is where I messed up. Hot glue does not stick very well to foam and plastic. So they lasted about a day and then fell off at the convention, and I lost one of the light panels while waiting to meet AMC TV. So use different glue. I don't know exactly what glue, I'd have to look into that more, but don't use hot glue to bond plastic and foam together. But here's what the final mask looked like at the end. I'm so happy with it. I'm sad the lights broke, but I'll just buy new ones if I ever need to wear it again. Here's what the back looked like, and here's a bunch of pictures of me at VidCon. I met some cool cosplayers, and I also met Ronbu in the mask. He loved it, he thought it was super cool, and here's a video of me meeting him. I think that about sums it up. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful if you end up wanting to make a mask for yourself. I had such a great time at VidCon. I met so many cool people, and all the creators I met were so nice. Hopefully I will make more YouTube videos soon, and you will watch them. Bye! How do I end a video? I don't even know.